Hello, and thank you for watching this video. We're going to take a look at Mailchimp and the simple, quickest, easiest way to create email for Church of the Epiphany. So, Mailchimp is web-based, so you have to open up a browser, such as Google Chrome, and go to Mailchimp.com. And once you're there, you will have a login button up here in the top right, and you click on that. And let me mention, I am using a Mac and a full screen. If you're using a Chromebook or a tablet or a cell phone, screens are obviously going to look a little bit differently, but all the content will be there someplace. You can get rid of this annoying message about cookies down here on the bottom. Just clicking this X on the end. So the username that we use is going to be Mailchimp at epiphanyeden.org. And the password, I'm not going to tell you on the video. You will receive it via an email or word of mouth. So I click log on. Mailchimp requires a second verification. So please, the easiest thing to do is please use this answer security question. It works for now. You notice this warning message that we're getting. When this quits working, we'll have to figure something out. These questions that you have to answer will also be in the email, but suffice it to say that uh, if you assume that you and your parents grew up in Eden on Henry Street and went to Moorhead High School, that will be able to answer the questions. You can click on this the button here, um, so that maybe you don't get this verification screen next time. But you hit submit verification, and there we are. We are logged on now. In Mailchimp terminology, an email is a campaign, like an advertising campaign. So you click on campaigns and all campaigns. And what you'll get is a list of all of the emails or campaigns that Epiphany has sent. You can scroll down and you see them all listed here in the center with some information about them. So for us, the easiest thing to do is we're going to, here in the top center, there's a search button. We're going to find the template email. You just type in template and you get this template email that comes up. And this is pre-configured to have all of the standard stuff on it for you, so you don't have to worry about stuff, and you just make the minimum of changes. What you do is you need to replicate that email. So over here on the right-hand side, you click this little down arrow, you click replicate. And what it's doing is it's taking that email, that template email that we've created, and copying it. And now it has a new name, template email copy one. So you really should click on the edit email name here and change this. So, it could be something, in this case, it's a training email. It could be some sort of an event, announcement. Let's say what's coming up on annual meeting. Anything along those lines, something that's unique and recognizable, and when you see it, you know what this meeting is about. Okay, the email's about. I'm just going to call this one training email and save it. Okay, so that is the name. What we have here is who we're sending the email to, and we are sending it to main mailing list, which has 106 recipients on it. I'm going to click on edit recipients just so you can see. If you click on that, um, and then on the send to in this box, you can click in there and you can scroll down under tags, and you see we have several tags. For example, the ones you might want to use is one for ECW or vestry. It only goes to people that are in that list. We also have contacts at the other Episcopal churches in Rockingham County or the church specifically. if you need to send one to them. But if you're sending it to the parish, use main mailing list. It's saved down here at the bottom. Who it's from. You can leave it as Church of, well, I'll click on edit. It says Church of the Epiphany, and the email address is tech@epiphany.org. Please don't change this. There'll be another video to how to look at emails sent to tech, because if somebody replies to the email, this is where it's going to go, right? And so you need to be obviously need to be able to go get that, go look at emails that are sent to tech@epiphany.org, and so there'll be another video that shows you how to do that. And this is the name that shows up on somebody's email list, who it's from. So you can just leave those the same. Subject, this is important. So this is a subject line that shows up. You need to change this um, to something that's relevant to the email, that makes sense to the recipients. And then here, you this preview text, you have another opportunity to entice them to open up the email. Okay, just anything that makes sense for whatever reason you're sending this email out. So you have that. You hit save, and then you actually have an option when you want to send the email. So we're going to click on a time. You can schedule a time in the future to send it, or you can send it now. Or I'm going to hit save here. We're not going to send it when we hit this save, but up here in the top right hand corner, this is the button, the send button. When we're done, we can click on that, and it's actually going to send the email out to all 106 recipients. Okay. Optionally, in the edit send time, you can schedule a time and for some date in the future, and select a specific time for that to be sent. And we'll send everybody when they're at lunch. Then, of course, you have to hit save at the bottom of this little section. And now this button up here says schedule instead of send. So if you click on that, it will schedule that email to be sent on the date and time that we selected. So I'm just going to leave that for now. Then the fun part, here's the content. This is what's actually in the email. So we click on edit design. And I click inside here where the text is. You notice we have a box. So this is the text box. And so I can highlight it. Well, this is a description of the email itself. You can read that if you want. At any rate, I can highlight it, hit the backspace to get rid of it, and start typing in whatever my email is about. It's going to be a meeting. Everybody will be excited. Everyone will attend. There we go. Okay. So that's the text of the email. And just hit enter here, and it inserts a blank line. Just I'm doing that. Backspace gets rid of the line. Enter doesn't like send the email or anything like that. You have options up here of let's do a couple things here. Lines. So like any kind of a word processor kind of thing, software, you can change the font. So I highlighted my text there. I can change the font to something else, pick something very different. Just notice the text. Oh, too different. No. So it changes the text. You can highlight it. You can also change the font size. All right. You can actually change the color of the of the text as well. So this on this bar here, you have this. You can drag the white section around, and you see the color box at the top change. So get over here in the purples, and then what you do is you just click up here, and that's the color the text is going to change to. So you just click out here someplace in the text. Now I have purple text. Awesome. You can bold it, italics, underline it. You can add a link to it. Um, the easiest way to do that is to go to the um, website that you want to link to. For example, the church website, epiphanyeden.org. Open that up, and up here in the address bar, I'm just going to click out here a couple times, and you see it expands it out to this HTTPS prefix. So I'm going to highlight that whole thing. Control C to copy it, Control V to paste it in, save it. So now I have that. Yeah, because you need to have this prefix in front of it. It can't just be epiphanyeden.org. It needs to have the HTTP or HTTPS:// in front. Okay, so that added a link to it. You also have the ability to align it or justify it. So move it to the center, to the left, to the right. Okay, that kind of thing. And you can also add bullet items in front of it or add numbers in front of it. Okay, so this is the basic text editing. So we have our email that we want. As you go along, you can click on this preview button up here towards the top right, and it will show you what the email looks like on a desktop, on a full screen, or on a cell phone. Okay, so just get an idea how it's going. When you're done, you click on Save and Exit. So now you have completely built the email. We know who we're sending it to. We know who it's from. We have a subject on it. We know when we're going to send it, and we have content. Okay, but we're new at this, so just to double check ourselves, over to here right hand side, we've got a little bit of a preview of what it looks like, and we also have that same preview button where we can see what it looks like on the desktop or the mobile. X out of that. But also, you have this option here to send a test email. So, highly recommend this, especially if you're just still learning this. If you click on send a test email, it's going to ask you, well, okay, who do you want me to send it to? And you can put in your personal email here. And it's only going to send it to this email. It's going to ignore the to list, the main mailing list. It's going to ignore that and only send it to the email that you put into here. So you just put in your email address and hit send test, and off it goes. So it should show up in your email, and where you can look at it on your computer, on your phone, whatever, so you can see exactly what it's going to look like on a real live device. Okay, so if you're satisfied with that, you can go ahead and hit either send or schedule. I'm going to go ahead and schedule this. I don't want to send this to the world, so I'm just going to schedule it for now because it's not going to go out for a few days. So hit schedule. It says okay, just confirming what you're doing. Say, yeah, boy, and off it goes. Now I'm going to come back over here, click on all campaigns. And you'll see that the original template email that we created, that was created for you earlier, is still there, right? To use next time, to copy it, right? To replicate it. But here is the email that we just created, training email. You can see that it is scheduled. There's the date and time that it's scheduled for. Over here on the right, pause and edit, so I can click on that, and I can come back and undo this. Pause the scheduling, come back here and make edits. I didn't point out earlier, at any point in creating this email, you can click on Finish Later, and the email will be out there in a draft form. I'm just getting ready to send. For example, our template emails in a draft form. Okay, so that is that. To log off, you click up here in the C, and there's a log out option right here. And that is the quickest way to send an email. So just to briefly recap, you log on, you come into all campaigns, you do a search for template, hit enter, template email comes up. You don't want to edit that email. You could come over here to the right hand side, click on the little arrow, hit replicate. It creates a new email for you. Edit the name, change it to something else. Yep, something that you remember. Personal preference, I'd like to put in a date, something like that. Save that. Uh, Save it. The to field probably won't have to change. It's going to the main mailing list, which is usually what we want. It's from tech@epiphanyeden.org. It'll say Church of the Epiphany. It's usually what you want. On the subject, you definitely need to change the subject to something in the subject in the preview to something that is relevant. Uh, Save that. Decide when you want to send it. You're going to send it as soon as you can now, or you're going to schedule it for some time in the future. I'm going to say send now. And then you have the content. You just click over here inside where the text is, and you get the box shows up. Highlight it, delete it, put in your message, preview it if you want, save and exit, and then click on this button here to send it if you want. I'm not going to send this to the world, but again, just real briefly, that was the main steps to send an email. You can always click on finish later. So that's it. Click on the C here to log out, and that's it. Thank you for watching. You can get a hold of Rob if you need the password or if you have any questions about it. Thanks again.